So the start of our program this afternoon, we're going to have the Klumph Awards, and I'm going to get Jamie Morehouse from the District Rotary Foundation and trustees Dean Roars and Marty Hellman to come up here and speak.
This is a great day to be a Rotarian. First, I want to bust a few myths about Rotary. Paul Harris, yes, of course, he started Rotary, but he did not start the Rotary Foundation. He thought he was starting an association of business colleagues to talk about business. Little did he know. It took 12 years and a Rotarian named Klumph to start the Rotary Foundation. Klumph did not invent international service. That took another 6 years, a world war, and a Rotarian from Canada, from Halifax, Canada, named Don McCrae. And if you wanted to hear more about Don McCrae, Dan Dory, where are you? Check him out. Check him out. Because if it hadn't been for Don McCrae, I don't know if Rotary would exist, because today, if you think about it, service is our heartbeat, and international service is our mission. But all this takes money. Money to fuel the critical projects that Rotarians take on around the world. And that's why all of us are asked every year to contribute to Rotary's three funds. Annual fund, which supports our global grants, our district grants, and comes back to us as DDF. Polio Plus, which is essential to ending this disease once and for all. And the endowment, which ensures that Rotary will be here in perpetuity. After all, the need will never end, and we must remember that in our giving. Now, the 4 couples from this district that we are celebrating this afternoon have embraced this reality. Today, Dean and I, representing Trustee Chair Ian Risley and President Jennifer Jones, are here especially to welcome these generous Rotarians from this district, District 5360, into what's called the Klumph Society. And now you all know why. Klumph is the guy that started the Rotary Foundation. The Klumph Society is a society reserved for those special Rotarians, those special donors, whose lifetime giving to the Rotary Foundation has reached $250,000 US, $250,000 US dollars. I have only one word: wow. And so I'd ask Jamie Morehouse to introduce these generous Rotarians. They will then come forward and share a few remarks about their Rotary passions and how and why they have invested their Rotary dollars. Over to you, Jamie.
Thank you, Trustee Marty. It is a great privilege for me to be able to introduce you all to 4 amazing couples. The first of which is Tracey and Vince Vavrek. Past District Governor Tracey Vavrek and Vince Vavrek achieved Klumph Society Trustees Circle in December of 2019 and are members of the Rotary Club of Calgary at Heritage Park, formerly from our neighbors to the north, District 5370. Vince and Tracey are longtime Rotary members. Tracey joined in 2006 and has served as club president, assistant governor, assistant Rotary coordinator, and district governor. She's also been a Rotary Innovative Club Advisor, Operations Advisor for Rotaract Canada, and a 22 and 2023 Zone Learning to Lead Training Leader for Governor's nominee. Vince joined in 1987 and has served as Club President, District Stewardship Subcommittee Chair, and Zone Learning to Lead Trainer for 2022 and 2023. Tracey and Vince support the Rotary Foundation because of its local and international impact. Tracey observed the Foundation's efforts firsthand as CEO of the Community Foundation of Northern Alberta. She says she became a true Rotary member through the Highway to Mexico project. To help deliver emergency vehicles and equipment to Mazatlan, she drove a fire truck 4,700 kilometers from Alberta to Sinaloa, Mexico. Philanthropy is the love of humankind, say Vincent and Tracey. The impact of many hands and dollars can shift the needle and impact the lives of so many very quickly. Something that they experienced firsthand when members of their community stepped up to support their family when one of their sons had cancer. Tracey is a member of the Canadian Association of Gift Planners and the Association of Fundraising Professionals. She has been a founding member of several philanthropic organizations, including the Northern Alberta chapter of the Kids with Cancer Society. She is the Director of Learning and Network Engagement for Community Foundations of Canada. Her hobbies include fishing, trekking, and photography. Vince is a certified financial planner and has been a member of many professional organizations, including the Certified General Accountants Association of Alberta. He is a retired advising partner for Fletcher, Mudrick & Co. He enjoys playing squash and golfing and describes himself as a wine aficionado. Vince and Tracey have 3 sons, 1 daughter, and a granddaughter. It is my great pleasure to introduce Tracey and Vince.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Okay. Thank you. It is absolutely wonderful to be here today with Friends of Rotary, but also as well, congratulations to all of the Arch Klumph Society honorees. Vince and I are so humbled to be part of the Arch Klumph Society family, and we're blessed to offer our service and donation today and into the future. But most importantly, knowing that we are trusting the Rotary International Foundation with our gifts, as we know the benefit is there to serve others and to impact the lives of many. As Jamie mentioned, philanthropy is the love of humankind, and it is focused on helping people, and it is focused on solving problems over the long run. Our gift is to focus over the long term and the long run. Charity is focused on providing immediate relief to people and is often driven by emotions. So imagine a world where we all believe of the power of philanthropy and the peace that we can create together and the impact of many hands and the needles and the dollars, how the dollars can shift the needle, as Jamie mentioned. But again, I come back to the impact of lives. And one recent moment that I hold in my heart was a project that Vince and I were involved in just before COVID. And we had traveled down on an educational focus project to the inner states of Mexico. We spent time at a sugarcane migrant camp, and if you've ever been there, you'll understand the severity of the poverty that is there. At this migrant camp, Rotary had supported to build a school for young ones. We had the opportunity to share one day with kindergarten students, and I had the opportunity of having a young kindergarten girl who could not speak English that I was partnered with, and I could not speak Spanish. It took a long time for her and I to connect and for her to build trust that I was there to be a friend of hers. We started to play, and I realized she didn't know how to play. She didn't know what a soccer ball was, the basic pieces that we have in our lives. It's through the Rotary Foundation that the lives of these young souls are being changed because of you and I. We can do so much by working together with the Rotary Foundation and continue to build hope, to continue to change lives, and we get to do this together, and I'm absolutely honored that we can do so. Thank you.
I do get to speak after all. So. Yeah. Now, as Jamie mentioned, I'm a numbers guy, occupational hazard, so I'm going to share some numbers with you. Does anybody out there have any idea how many Arch Klumph members there are worldwide? Close. 1,340 worldwide. Now, of course, the world is broken up into regions and zones and districts, and we are part of Zone 28, which is a very large zone geographical. It encompasses a large part of Canada, and it stretches down into the United States. And in our Zone 28, there are 20 districts. 5360 is one of them. Now, knowing that 5360 is not competitive at all, especially when it comes to fundraising and being very philanthropic and generous, there are 84 Arch Klumph members in all of Zone 28. And remember, in Zone 28, there's 20 districts. The top two districts in Zone 28 is District 7070, which is Canadian only, and District 6400, which stretches Canada and US. In both of those districts, there are 10 Arch Klumph members. How many Arch Klumph members do you think there are in District 5360? 9. 9. So I'm putting out the call. Being that we are very competitive and we are only one behind number one, and there's no reason why 5360 can't be number one, and not just beat that, but massively exceed it. We have Carol Tickerman from Chilliwack, BC here with the Rotary International Foundation. We've got your local gentleman, Jamie, here, who's just waiting for you to line up and come talk to them. And we've got two of the most powerful people in Rotary International joining us in the conference here today. So if we can do it, it can be done. So I'm just saying one more thing to think about. Our donation was matched 2-to-1 because of our contribution to polio. So we heard about the ripple effect on what one action can do. So we all have the ability to do something very, very powerful. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tracey and Vince. Next up are Christine and Brian. Past District Governor Christine Rendell and Brian Carnahan achieved Arch Klumph Society Trustee Circle in 2020. Christine joined the Rotary Club of Calgary East in 1999. She has served in many leadership positions, including District Governor, District Membership Attraction and Engagement Chair, District Youth Service Chair, Club Rotary Foundation Chair, Club President, Club Service Chair, Club Secretary, and was a Rotary Foundation Major Gift Advisor for Peace. Christine is currently the Club Youth Service Chair and the District Ambassador for the Rotary Action Group Against Slavery. Brian joined the Rotary Club of Calgary East in 2001. He has served in leadership roles such as District Annual Fund Subcommittee Chair, District International Service Chair, Club President, Club Treasurer, Club Secretary, Club Foundation Chair, and is currently the Club Service Chair. Christine and Brian support the Rotary Foundation because of its strong governance and its ability to do good in the world through foundation grants. To witness the positive impact of the grants locally and globally has been so inspirational to us and has motivated us to do more through contributions, they say. The couple is particularly interested in Rotary's efforts to promote peace in the world. In their words, without peace, all other areas of focus are challenged in what they can achieve. Christine and Brian are also involved with Rotary Youth Exchange and have hosted 9 students from Europe, South America, and Southeast Asia. Christine is a retired commercial banker. She enjoys golfing, reading, and traveling. Brian is a petroleum engineer and has served as senior manager for a number of oil and gas companies. He enjoys curling, golfing, and skiing. Christine and Brian have 2 children, Eric and Vince, and have 3 grandchildren. Please welcome Christine and Brian.
When I joined Rotary, I had no idea what I was getting into, really. I was a commercial banker, and I thought this would be a great place to network and do some local community service, and was I ever amazed by how much Rotary does in the world. And up to this day, I am still amazed at how much Rotary can do for local economies and communities, and global as well. One of the areas of focus that Brian and I focused on, that we are passionate about, is peace. And the second last day, as I was finishing my year as district governor, I called up Carolyn Ferguson from the Rotary Foundation Canada, Major Gifts Advisor, and said, "Do you think you can get us, into the Arch Klumph Society by the end of my year?" And she said, "That's tomorrow." And I said, well, never without a challenge. So through her work and her associates, they managed to get us, we made the pledges, and they managed to get us that, so that I can end that district year as your district governor with a bang. And then unbeknownst to me, my dear friend Tracey and Vince had already joined, so we had something else in common that we found out. So those were really, it was really a challenge and a lot of fun to end our year that way. I call it our year because my husband was with me all the way and was my partner in crime at times. So as you can tell by district conferences, we like to party. I'm just going to read something that's meaningful to me. Some of you may have heard me say this before, and you know what? I think I just lost it on my phone. Oh my, okay, hang on. As they say in Newfoundland, Lard Thunderin', I won't finish it. As many of you, probably most of you know, I'm from Newfoundland, and some of my wit can be dicey at times. So I find Maya Angelou is one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. Her commitment to empowering women and her in her role as an activist and a poet and a story writer has inspired me. And one of the poems that I like to recite a portion of, some of you may have heard me do before because I am so passionate about this. It was a poem about Christmas, but it's actually so focused on peace that it just meant so much more than just that Christmas season to me. One of the questions we ask ourselves is, what have we done? What have we done to so affront nature? Why do we worry God? And are you there? Are you really there for what's coming, in the world today? So here I'm going to just step right into part of this poem about hope. Hope is born again in the faces of children. It rides on the shoulders of our aged as they walk into their sunsets. Hope spreads around the world, brightening all things, even hate, which crouches breeding in dark corridors. In our joy, we think we hear a whisper. At first it is too soft, then only half heard. We listen carefully as it gathers strength. We hear a sweetness. The word is peace. It is loud now. It is louder than the explosion of bombs. We tremble at the sound. We are thrilled by its presence. It is what we have hungered for. It's not just the absence of war, but true peace. A harmony of spirit, a comfort of courtesies, security for our beloveds and their beloveds. We clap our hands and welcome the peace of Christmas, and we beckon on this good season to wait. But I say all seasons, don't wait for peace. Let's imagine a world with peace. Imagine a world without war. Thank you.
So I'm going to make a pitch for two things. One is for district conferences, and the other is for the Rotary Foundation. I think back to 2003. We attended our first district conference in Red Deer. And just being new to Rotary, it was all kind of new to me, and seeing all the projects that all the clubs in the district were doing all over the world really opened my eyes. And I think at the end of that conference, I committed to make made an endowment or a bequest, I guess you call it. And I thought, this is so easy, anybody can do it. And so I'd done that, the second year that I was in Rotary. Fast forward to today, or a couple years ago, we've been fortunate enough that we were able to, rather than wait till we pass, actually make a contribution while we're still here to be recognized for it. So we did that. And we became members of the Arch Klumph Society. And I guess my pitch for the Rotary Foundation is all of the projects that Rotary does worldwide, both locally and internationally, are funded by the Rotary Foundation through district grants and through global grants. So it's really Rotary's bank account to do all those good things. And so really it makes sense as Rotarians for all of us to contribute to that bank account. And so that's my pitch is, as a Rotarian, you should be supporting the Rotary Foundation. It should be your charity of choice. It's mine, and that's my message.
Thank you, Brian and Christine. So Victor and Thelma Maris achieved Arch Klumph Society Trustee Circle in 2020. Victor was born in the Netherlands in 1944 and immigrated to Canada in 1949 with his parents and 3 older siblings. There's a blessing of being raised by parents who loved Canada. They did everything in their power to become productive citizens and cherished the opportunities given to them, as well as the opportunity to give back in their community. Victor started farming straight out of college, pretty much the moment he was old enough to borrow some money. He struggled as a farmer, but not one to say no to an opportunity. He got involved in the Rural Natural Gas Program in the 1970s. This led to many years of gas line installation with his very small company, AVM Construction. And this was the work that he loved and continued for more than 25 years. Thelma was born and raised in southern Alberta on a mixed farm. When she arrived in Edson, she worked with TransAlta and started the Decorative Art Studio teaching painting. Every 2 weeks, painting played a very special part of the family time they spent with the 3 children from Victor's first marriage. They now have 7 brilliant grandchildren that are so much smarter than their grandfather. In 1997, they both wished to engage in a more meaningful way in their community of Edson. So that was when they became charter members of the Rotary Club of Edson. Thelma served as club president in 1997-98 and again in 2003-2004, and Victor in 2000-2001. They have both served as assistant governors, serving the areas of Drayton Valley, Edson, Hinton, Jasper, and Whitecourt. They recently transferred their membership to the Rotary Club of Red Deer. Victor became a Paul Harris Fellow in his first year as a Rotarian, as he saw this as a foundation that could do around the world what he could never do alone. Both he and Thelma have continued that support to this day and hope that they will continue to do so. I introduce Victor and Thelma.
No, he's shy. And actually, so am I. Vic and I have a new saying these days. In the last 3 or 4 years, both of us have had our turn and opportunity for public speaking, and on the most part have been fairly successful at it. However, our new saying now is that we're past our best before date, and we're not quite as accomplished as we used to be. I want to thank Tracey and Vince and Christine and Brian for going first, because you pretty much said in a lump the whole package of what we feel and how we feel, and our whole impression about the Rotary Foundation. Rotary is our charity of choice as well. We give to many of the other charities that are constantly canvassing for the $100 or the $150. And that's wonderful. We need to do those things. But our charity of choice is the charity of the foundation in Rotary. According to the Charity Navigator, the foundation is 100%. It's 4 stars. It doesn't get any better than that. Every dollar that you give them is being accounted for, it's being financed. As a numbers man, Vince, you would appreciate all of these things. The leadership and the finance brains behind the foundation just make it a smart investment, and it's when you are able to put your money in the care of someone else and feel absolutely safe in knowing that it's going to be well looked after.
Back in 1997-98, my first year as a Rotarian, I applied to join Rotary Volunteers, do some overseas work. When it became clear to me that I was not an ophthalmologist, a dentist, engineer, or some such occupation as that, it occurred to me that my skill with a shovel was not essential to do the overseas work. So then I learned that for $1,000, I could become a Paul Harris Fellow and support the foundation that has this incredible track record. So in my first year, that's what we did. So over the years, we have continued our support. Thelma still does her monthly debit. I mostly donate, and Vince would understand this probably because he's probably got that all figured out too. I mostly donate with shares of some investment that I might have made 30 years ago. And that just makes it so much easier. We also put $100,000 into the permanent fund for water and sanitation. Now, the annual income from that $100,000 continues to do the work that that shovel I thought might do. So that's...
Thank you so much, Vince and Thelma. And now for the new kids on the block. Glenn and Jeanette Richardson achieved Arch Klumph Society Trustee Circle in 2023. Glenn Richardson has been a member of the Rotary Club of Calgary at Stampede Park for the past 46 years. His attendance records are impeccable, achieving 1,600 consecutive meetings in 2019. He served as president of the club from 2001 to 2002 and has been active in numerous committees throughout the years. Glenn's focus has been on youth services, particularly the Stay in School and youth exchange programs. Glenn and Jeanette have hosted numerous students from all over the world. Glenn has received many awards over the years for his commitment to service to his community, including the Queen Elizabeth II Platinum Jubilee Medal, the Cleven Award, and the Paul Harris Fellowship. Jeanette has also been a huge supporter of Rotary and the Rotary Partners, and is quick to volunteer her time when needed. In the past 46 years, neither Glenn nor Jeanette has ever missed volunteering for their club's major fundraiser, the Calgary Stampede Rotary Dream Home. They both embody the motto, service above self, and you can find many examples of this in both their personal and professional life. They have instilled this value in their family and are proud that both of their children have recently become Rotarians. Glenn has been in the automotive industry for over 70 years now and has a passion for all things with engines. He enjoys time spent with friends and family, boating, and storytelling. Jeanette has played an instrumental role in the various family-run businesses and provides an incredible support network for Glenn and her family. Jeanette enjoys golfing, entertaining, dancing, and traveling. It is with great pride that I introduce my fellow club members, Glenn and Jeanette Richardson.
Here's your opportunity, dear. Anyway, I think that we're in fantastic company here today, thinking about what the three predecessors have talked about. I think we're on the wrong stage, really. We haven't done near as much as our predecessors. Years ago, Jeanette and I made the decision of giving while we're living. And I guess it started with a club level, and at a club level, it's the best deal in town. And when you get to the district, 5360, it's the best deal in town. And when you get to the zone, as someone earlier said, it's absolutely the best deal in town. And when you get to the big dog, Rotary International, it is the big dog in town. And they really look after your money, and we're proud to say that. And part of my reason for stepping up here is the amount of work that Jamie has done. Part of that, our monies come right back in a few years to the district, and that allows Jamie to do the wonderful job that he's done over the years. And I think we all deserve to give Jamie a big round of applause. And with that, I'm out of here.
Oh dear. Well, I wasn't quite ready for this, but I was born and raised in Lethbridge. I met my husband in Lethbridge, and here we are in Lethbridge, back in Lethbridge, and I'm really humbled to receive this recognition. As Glenn said, he's always believed in giving while living. And we certainly, we, like the previous said, we donate to the local charities, but Rotary is our main focus. And with that, that's all. It's been great.
And I forgot, I married a coal miner's daughter, and it's the best move I ever made.
It's